This is Bennett, the author of The Power of Storytelling. And today I want to share with you one of the greatest insights I've ever learned on how to give a powerful and persuasive presentation. This is great stuff, and what this is going to do is help you to understand exactly how to speak and present in a logical, persuasive way based on the learning styles of the people that you're presenting to. Now, we all know, we've heard the saying, you need to know your audience. Well, one of the things that you need to know is how to address them based off of how they learn information. I love the saying that it's not communicated when it's said, it's communicated when it's understood. Which means that as you're presenting to people, if we want to really connect with them, if we want to engage them, if we want to persuade them, we need to do it in a way where they understand and grasp and get the information that they need. So I want to walk you through this process called the Kolbe Learning System. You may have heard of this before. There was a gentleman years ago, Kolbe, K-O-L-B-E, that figured out that there's really 4 learning styles. And learning styles are innate. Learning styles are natural. There's no wrong or right. There's no good or bad. But I want to walk you through this process to understand it, because the insight that you get on the back end of this, on how to present in a powerful way, how to really move people, the way to logically organize your presentation, it's killer. I want you to really understand exactly how to do this. So here's what I want you to do. Pause this video in just a second, grab a pen and a piece of paper. This is going to be interactive. I want you to walk through this process with me, and I'm going to help you to see it and understand it. So grab a piece of paper and a pen just like this, and I'm going to walk you through this process. We're going to develop a little chart. So here's what I want you to do. On your piece of paper, I want you to draw just a straight line down the middle, a vertical axis, if you will. And then I want you to draw a straight line across the middle, a horizontal axis. So you've created just a square, 4 quadrants on your piece of paper. Now, on the top of the vertical axis, we're going to work on this vertical axis. On the top, I want you to write the words feel, experience. Feel, experience. Okay, so feel or experience. On the bottom, I want you to write the words think, consider. Think, consider. So, as you're seeing this on your vertical axis, you have feel, experience, or think, consider. Now, I want you to think about how you process information. Everybody processes information a little bit differently, but are you a more emotionally based person or a more logically based person? Again, no wrong or right to this. Everybody wants this badge of honor that they have the best answer, but it's just how we're programmed. So if you're more of a feel experience kind of person, I want you to plot your dot wherever on that axis you would fall. It has to go on one side of the horizontal line or the other. So if you're more feel experience, you put that dot closer to feel experience wherever it falls in that line. If you're more think consider, you put it down towards the bottom. So you have a dot put on that line. For me, I'm a little bit more feel experience, so a little bit above the middle line. Now, on the horizontal axis, this is a different axis. So on the left-hand side, I want you to write do, act. On the right side, I want you to write watch, observe. Watch, observe. Now again, this is how you process information. Are you more of a do, act kind of person or more of a watch, observe kind of person? Are you more of a ready, fire, aim, just jump in and go after it? Or are you more of a sit back and assess the situation before you engage? Again, it doesn't matter. It's just how you process information. And so as you start to look at it, where do you plot your dot? Are you more to the right, more of a watch, observe, or more to the left, more of a do, act? For me, I'm a little bit more of a do, act. Okay? Again, your dot may fall wherever it may fall, no wrong or right. Now, the intersection of those 2 dots on those 2 axes creates a quadrant. And there's 4 quadrants. They go in we're going to go clockwise. So quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So if you are more of a feel experience and a watch observe kind of person, you're in quadrant 1. If you're more of a watch observe, think consider kind of person, you're quadrant 2. If the intersection for you is between do, act, and think consider, you're quadrant 3. And if it's between do, act, and feel experience, you're quadrant 4. For me, I fall under quadrant 4. You may fall under any of those 4 quadrants. Now, when you present to a group of people, there are people who fall in every one of those quadrants. That's their learning style. And that's great, but here's the insight. There is a particular question that every person has based off of their learning style. And if we as presenters understand that question and we answer that question effectively, our presentation is going to be much more powerful. So in quadrant 1, the question that people have is, why is this important to me? They want to know, why does it matter? Why should I listen? Why do I care? Are you credible? Why is it that I should engage in this conversation? Why is this important to me? That's the question that quadrant 1 thinkers want to have answered. Now, quadrant 2, the question is, what are the facts? What are the facts? They want to know, can you prove it? Is it supported? Has somebody done it before? Show me that it's real, that it's tangible, that it's actually viable. They want to know that it's real. Now, quadrant 3 asks, how is it practical? How do I use it? How do I apply it? What do I do with this in my everyday life? The information you're giving me, does it actually have relevance? Can I put it to work for me? And quadrant 4 thinkers, they ask, what if? What if? What if I did this? What if I applied this? What if I were to use your idea? What if I were to buy your product? What would my future look like? They're big thinkers, they're future thinkers, and so we need to start to apply that to them. A great way to do that is if-then statements. Make some promise statements. If you buy my product, then these are the results you're going to see. Show some benefits, not just features, but real benefits of what you're talking about. So I want you to go back to these questions. This is a very logical and a very powerful, persuasive way to put your presentation together is by following the questions in quadrants 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Why is this important to me? We have to establish relevance. We have to get their attention and make sure they want to and need to listen. We have to earn the right to speak. Quadrant 2, what are the facts? We need to prove it. We need to show them that we're real, that we have something that they really need. Quadrant 3, how is it practical? What does this do for them? In a personal way, how does this benefit their life? And quadrant 4, what if? What are those future benefits? How does their world get better as a result of what you're sharing, what you're offering, what you're teaching? If you can follow those 4 quadrants and answer those 4 questions, if you can walk through that process and start to engage and present in a way that answers those questions specifically, you're going to see the engagement of your audience go up. You're going to see the persuasion of your presentations go up. Answer those questions. Why is it important to me? 2, what are the facts? 3, how is it practical? And 4, what if? That's the Kolbe learning system applied to presentation skills. So when they say you need to know your audience, you need to know how your audience learns, because it's not taught when it's said, it's taught when it's understood. So let's start to persuade and engage people with the presentations that we give. Have a great day.